Okay guys, welcome back. The goal for today is to take out the supercharger and all the brackets, the radiator, and the fan assembly. So I'm not trying to rush this project. I'm taking my time and trying to make it as fun as possible. If I rush it, then I'm going to get stressed out and make mistakes. So I'm just taking my time. There's no rush. And if I could get anything else out, I will. Maybe we'll start on the front accessories, maybe the water pump, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure I'm going to run into some snags. You always do. But I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm in the process of removing the supercharger. Got the belt disconnected. Had to loosen this, take off the belt. Took off the throttle body. And I was anxious to get that throttle body off because I also suspected that I might be getting oil into the intake manifold. Now, I didn't have any oil in the charge pipe that came into the throttle body, or any oil in the front of the throttle body. But when I took the throttle body off, there was some oil on the back side. I already wiped it down. So I had some oil on the backside of the throttle body. So I knew then at that point that there was going to be oil in the intake manifold as well, and there is. You can see a puddle there, and it's all wet inside. Now this is common in boosted applications. You will get blow-by. And as most guys do, they get the oil catch can, which I showed you earlier. I got one from LG Motorsports. And the blow-by, what's happening is it's coming out of this valley cover here. It's coming out of the valley cover, which is this one here, disconnected. Comes up and around, and then it goes into the intake manifold right here. So you're going to run a line from, and this is what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to run the line from here into that oil catch can, and then the fresh clean line will come out into the intake manifold, and that should eliminate this blow-by. And then what I'm thinking is we'll also tap another line into that oil catch can just to be safe. So I'll have this line, and then I'll have maybe this line running to that oil catch can. Alright, let me get back. Alright guys, making some progress, slowly but surely. Got some of the water hoses off, disconnected. Now to take off the water pump, there's 3 10mm bolts on the passenger side. You got 1, 2, 3, and then there are 3 more on the driver's side. You can see 2 of them. And the other one is right there. So those 6 bolts, and then the water pump should pull right off. Alright, I'll be back. Sorry, I forgot to mention, before I could get the sub-bracket assembly off, you have to remove the water pump, because there is one bolt way back there that, see it back there? That's resting behind the water pump. So first the water pump's got to come off, then the last bolt for the sub-bracket assembly. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I got the water pump out, and I got the Procharger sub-assembly bracket out. Yeah, I'm sorry, the sub-bracket out. One thing that I like to do is I leave the bolts in where they originally were. And in this case, the old water pump gaskets actually, it's quite snug, and the bolts just stay threaded in there. So I'll store this for now while I'm working on the vehicle with all the bolts in their original place. and I try not to take them out. This way they go back into the same hole. And in case, you know, the threading on one of them was messed up, you know, it's already matched up to the engine block. So that's just something that I like to do. I always like to keep the bolts in their original position. And then I got the belt off too as well. So we can see the front of the motor a little better now. It's quite dirty. I'm surprised. It's only got 8,100 miles. Looks like we got a little leak over there. I don't know if I had mentioned that there is a difference between a manual Grand Sport and an automatic Grand Sport. There are several differences. This one here is a manual shift. So this vehicle is actually a dry sump motor, like you would find in the Z06 and the ZR1, where if you had an automatic Grand Sport, it's your traditional wet sump style oiling system. And then another difference is that this motor is actually hand built. So if you have a LS3 manual Grand Sport, that motor is actually hand built alongside with the ZR1 motor and the Z06 motor, the LS9 and the LS7. And you can see here a little nameplate, and this motor was built by Richard K. McBride. And then a third difference between a manual LS3 Grand Sport and an automatic is that the manual Grand Sports have a 3-bolt cam, where an automatic Grand Sport has a single bolt cam. And that cam also has a small locator pin which could back out or shear off, and then that's going to create havoc in your engine. So it's more desirable to have the 3-bolt cam, which is what this motor has. You know, less of a possibility that, you know, if one bolt worked its way loose, you got 2 others holding it in place. So those are just 3 of the differences. Alright, so I guess we'll work on getting the radiator out and the fan out right now. Alright guys, I'll be back.